On the show today, we break down the Flames' exciting run in the Big South Tournament, and Bobby finds out if Coach McKay still has his shooting touch.
Plus, we hear from the head coach of the Flames hockey team as his group reflects on their second straight conference championship. It's all coming up next on this brand spanking new edition of Game On.
What is up? Welcome to Game On. Thanks so much for joining us this week. And as a reward for your viewership, we put together a pretty great show. How about that? As always, he's Rhett McGiven. I'm Matt Warner. Bobby Bolig will join us a little later.
Well, Matt, as you know, this is the most important time of the basketball season, and both the men's and women's teams here at Liberty University are playing with a lot on the line.
Yeah, sure are. Let's begin with the men. They began the Big South Conference Tournament with a win over Campbell. Obviously a significant win because they kept their season alive, but also because it was their first conference tourney win since 2013. It had been a while. With that victory, the Flames would advance to the Big South semifinals to face the #1 seed UNC Asheville on their home floor, no less. And to be honest, this game was not looking good. Asheville looked to be in control for much of the night. In fact, they would build a 15-point lead in the second half. But that's when the Flames would start making that move. A Ryan Kimwright 3 would get the deficit down to just 10. A Lavelle Cabell 3 would cut it to just 5 with over 12 minutes to play. And all of a sudden, Rhett McGiven, we got a ball game.
There we go.
Down the stretch of this one, Scotty James started to assert himself. He finished with 18 and 14. And this huge offensive rebound and put back with just over 2 minutes to go will put Liberty up 3. And guess what? They would never look back. Liberty completes the comeback, winning 69-64, earning a spot in the Big South Championship game against Radford.
Yeah, so with that, we head to the packed-out Dedman Center, where the Flames would battle it out with the Radford Highlanders. Lavelle Cabell would be the offensive spark for the Flames in the first half, scoring 10 of Liberty's first 21 points. That would keep Liberty to within striking distance at the half, as they would trail 26-21 at the break. With Liberty trailing 30-23, Cabell would continue his production, hitting a big 3, followed by a big Scotty with a 3 of his own to pull Liberty to within 1. Moments later, Fields Jr., this cat, would drain back-to-back trays to make it 38-29. It looked as if the Highlanders were pulling away, but hold on! Flames would begin to mount their comeback again, connecting on 6 of their next 8 field goals. LU would be trailing by 1, and then we would get the hero we don't deserve, but we need. Dark Scotty would connect on the layup and the foul. Now with the game at 52, tied up, Lavelle Cabell would put up a 3 that was just off the mark, and then Carleek Jones, Big South Rookie of the Year, would put the arrow right into the heart of Flames Nation. The buzzer beater 3 would advance the Highlanders onto the NCAA tournament. Matt was there to capture all the post-game reaction.
Losing any game is certainly a tough thing to stomach, but losing in the fashion the Flames did today on a buzzer-beating 3 in the conference championship game, that is a true heartbreaker. The Flames lose on a Carleek Jones 3-ball at the buzzer, the final 55-52. Lavelle Cabell described the final defensive possession.
Carleek, he hit a tough shot. He's a really good player, so gotta tip my hat off to him for that. But thought I got a decent contest. He just made a big shot at the right moment. We didn't get the right stops when we needed them, and we didn't execute on offense when we needed it.
When it comes down to the last minute of the game or the last 1 or 2 possessions, and it seems like most of our games against Radford do that, come down to the last part of it, it's hard. We just didn't quite finish a possession or 2 down the stretch, but again, that hopefully we learn from it moving forward and down the road.
All season long, Coach Richie McKay talked about the character of this team. He talked about it through the ups and the downs, and even despite this heartbreaking loss, that character was still on full display here today.
It's a group that is incredibly fun to coach. We're not perfect. We didn't go, or we weren't exempted from our own trials and adversity. But look, if it goes right all the time, then it's not maturity. It's not growth. I heard a great quote. It's maturity isn't reflective or representative of age, but in your ownership of responsibility. And those dudes can be trusted. They're great young men. I really wanted it badly for us, but even more for them. But this won't be the last time we have a chance to cut nets.
Certainly a tough way to end the season, but still so much reason for optimism with this Flames program moving forward. Not only do they bring back so much on the court, but this experience gained on the biggest of stages in this conference championship should go a long way to helping the Flames in the future. Reporting from Radford for Game On, I'm Matt Warner. Thank you, Matt. Great reporting as always. You know, Rhett, we throw the word heartbreak around a lot, certainly in sports, but that truly was for the Flames to be on the cusp of an NCAA tournament berth and to go down on a buzzer beater and then have to watch that play on ESPN for the next 24 or 48 hours. It was heartbreaking, but to see them bounce back after kind of an up and down regular season, they had some struggles, and to come together in the postseason like they did, really cool to watch. And also, season not done just yet. They announced they will play in the CIT tournament beginning Monday night, so more basketball still to come for these Flames.
And I love the fact that they're going to the CIT. You've got such young players on this team, James, Cuffey, McDowell, all that can use the experience, because we saw it last year. They took a deep run in that tournament, and I think it created a lot of momentum at the beginning of the year moving forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let's turn our attention now to Lady Flames basketball. Liberty, still undefeated at home, had the opportunity to claim sole possession of the Big South title with a win over the High Point Panthers. High Point calling this a retribution game beforehand. When the Panthers and Flames met on January 30th, High Point was tied for first in the conference with the Flames. Since then, the Panthers have lost 6 of their last 9 games. Not too good. Second quarter of this game would not be pretty for Liberty. High Point would hold the Flames to only 4 points in the second quarter, while the Panthers were led by Shea Morgan's 10 points and 5 rebounds through the half. Down by 17 in the third quarter, Liberty would turn the tide. Ola Makara would nail a triple while Ashton Baker was fouled away from the play. Ashton would go on to connect on the free throws to complete the 5-point play. You don't see that too often. In the fourth quarter, senior Nene Johnson, she was teary-eyed in the pregame. She would knock down the J that would put the Flames up for good. Liberty would eventually take the game 57-49, shooting 50% from the floor in the second half.
First half, we could not get a shot to fall, and it was very tough on us. The energy was down, everything. So when we went in the locker room, I just told everyone, hey, pick your heads up. We've been through this before. We'll get through this. We're the better team. We just got to fight. Obviously, we just got to fight to get through it and pick up the energy, because without energy, we can't accomplish what we want to accomplish.
Well, from hoops to hockey, and if you haven't been keeping track at home, the Flames have been on quite the win streak this season. In fact, the last time the Liberty D1 hockey team lost was way back on November 17th. This 19-game win streak for Liberty this season, the longest in program history, and within that streak, they claimed both the ESCHL regular season and tournament titles. An impressive year to be sure, and with more on the Flames' success, Rhett is standing by with the man leading the program.
Thanks, Matt. Always a great time when you have head coach of the men's hockey team, Kirk Candy, in the studio. Kirk, glad to have you here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Let's kind of recap the season as a whole. Obviously, a great season, but you started off with a really young group of guys. How much fun was it to watch them mature throughout the year?
Oh, it's been a fun year. I mean, we've seen, like you said, at the beginning of the year, a bunch of young guys, only 3 seniors on our team. We've seen our young guys really come together, and honestly, it really started at the beginning of the year. And then, you know, I remember our first home game, Rhett, some of the guys said, wow, we didn't expect this type of atmosphere here, and we had to kind of learn how to manage our expectations even from the beginning of the year on.
You've got a young group like we talked about. Was there a point towards maybe the end of first semester or second semester where you noticed like there was some inconsistency in the team's game, but then it just clicked and you guys started that record-breaking win streak? What was it? Can you pinpoint it where things started to go right and just it seemed to be consistent from there on out?
Yeah, I would say in Stony Brook in January. Okay. You know, we hadn't won in Stony Brook in a long time. We not only went there and won one game, but then we followed back up the next day by winning the second game. And really, I think that produced a lot of energy that was needed.
Let's talk about leadership on the team. Obviously, Josh Hamilton wearing the C, but are there other guys that you can talk about that have really led the way with this group that, you know, 19 wins in a row is something just to marvel at? Who has been really vocal leaders and kind of kept the guys on the straight and narrow?
Well, I'd like to talk about Josh. I mean, Josh has been a real key clog for us. I mean, Josh is a phenomenal leader. He's done a great job. He understands where our guys are at and what's needed, and he's very good at communicating with us. You know, Tim Barima has been another big one. You know, I look at Tim, I look at Garvin, Zane. I look at a lot of other guys out there. Reynolds, I look at different guys like Colt Steele, veteran guys who have been there and have seen our team kind of go through the ups and downs. And really, as you look around that locker room, Brock Thompson stepped up a lot. You know, you look at some of these other guys, Jacob Fricks, Zachariah Roberts. There's a lot of guys who have figured out what we need to do to be successful.
You guys have done a lot of additional things throughout the year. You've had Military Appreciation Night, Star Wars Night. What's the response been like to those kind of special game nights where you have an event?
Oh, it's great. You know what? I'd like to take credit for it, but
okay.
Derek and Caleb and Voss, they all handle all the game marketing and logistics of it. But I mean, it's exciting for our guys. You know, we've had different uniforms, and we've been able to help local charities and other charities be able to really benefit from the sale of our jerseys.
Guys are now back-to-back Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League champions. You come into this tournament as a champion. How hard was it to win it a second year in a row? Because you guys obviously have a target on your back.
Yeah, it was very challenging, especially think of our first game there. We didn't really come out ready to play. And, you know, I think that there was maybe a little bit of like, oh, I think we're going to be okay the first game. We'll more worry about the second game. But we really noticed in the second game there we played a whole lot better. And again, it was a championship game, both Stony Brook and Liberty heading to the national tournament, both wanting to win. Stony Brook, obviously, we had beat them last year, and you know, we were able to beat them this year. Great game by both teams, and you know, we were able to come up on top.
Kirk, always great talking hockey with you.
All right, thanks for having me in.
Matt, back to you.
Thank you, fellas. Coming up, Liberty Baseball look to get back on the winning track against Youngstown State, and Rhett will name his top 3 athletes of the week. Get ready for Warm, Hot, and Fuego coming up next.
We the people. We are innovators, dreamers, leaders. Yeah, we feel pain. We get tired, but it won't stop us. God's call is our pursuit, and we will champion His name.
So I grew up in a Christian home. I was just kind of wishy-washy doing the Christian kid sort of thing up through 11th grade, where I had a friend basically convert out of Christianity. It rocked my world a little bit. I wasn't exactly sure that people could actually do that, so it kind of put me on a little bit of a quest for truth for myself. I went to a Christian concert, and there was a tent sponsored by Liberty, and he was like, you could sign up for this scholarship drawing that we have. As I signed up for the scholarship, I myself sent a prayer up, and a couple of songs later, they announced that I'd won a $16,000 scholarship. I'd always kind of wanted to be an RA, and as I stepped into the role of prayer leader, it seemed logical to progress to another level, to spiritual life coach, and then to resident assistant. My experience at Liberty has been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Every athlete has a story. Why do they strive, sweat, struggle? What drives them? They risk injury. They risk defeat. Is it just about who can run faster, longer? Who can throw a ball harder? Are they just doing this for a game? Or is it about how this struggle changes them? We are here to ask those questions. We are here to tell that story. We are Game On.
Hey there, friends. Welcome on back into Game On. Hard to believe that the Flames are already into the thick of baseball season. And I'm going to tell you one thing. If you like a high-octane offense, you're going to like these Flames. Liberty playing host to Youngstown State, and they weren't very good hosts. The Flames' bats would be lit. Jonathan Embry would rope his second home run of the year, and Matt Allen would blast his first of the season as well, as the Flames would go on to pound 8 extra base hits in their 16-0 victory. Zach Clinton and Mason Hand would put in the work on the mound for the shutout. The second game in the midweek set would sing a similar song. Liberty would jump out to an 8-0 lead over 3 innings of play and would never have to look in the rearview mirror. Second-year shortstop Cam Locklear would be the dude on offense. Locklear would collect 3 hits along with 2 RBIs to propel the Flames to a 12-2 victory. Liberty now sits with an 8-5 record and are looking good with conference action in just a week.
Liberty softball had a successful weekend at the Carolina Classic in Columbia, South Carolina. The Lady Flames would win 4 of their 5 games in the event, with their only loss coming against the 20th ranked Gamecocks of South Carolina. The 4 wins improve Liberty's overall record to 14-5 on the year as they continue to build towards Big South Conference play beginning in a week. Hey, guess what? It's time for your favorite segment and mine, Warm, Hot, and Fuego. Rhett naming his top 3 Liberty athletes of the week. Rhett, some seasons kind of coming to a close.
That's right.
We're getting late, obviously, with basketball, so keep that in mind at home. Yeah. Let's start with Warm. Who you got and why?
I was thinking that, basketball season, as you said, starting to come to a close. So Lavelle Cabell, this young man, just the performance and the overcoming injury throughout the year. He had a significant knee injury that kept him out for quite some time. So he's my Warm guy this week. He had 15 points, 7 rebounds for a guard, which is, I think, solid on a team that really doesn't focus so much on the rebounding aspect of the game offensively. I think for 7 rebounds for him is quality. Just a clutch effort. Defensively, that's what you think about. He's great offensively, but when it comes down to it, his job is to just do some lockdown defense on the opposition, and he had a good game. Like, he played really solid, and I know a lot of people think, he was the guy right in the face when that three went down at the buzzer, but still, he played a solid game, so Warm for him, and I was thinking just clutch factor, coming back hard from injury. I thought he had a solid contest. Great
junior season for Lavelle Cabell, despite the injury he had to fight through. All right, from Warm now, who are you looking at for hot?
I'm kind of going with the whole cross-country indoor track team here. Just all the running and everything that's going on.
Great things lately.
And specifically, Tanner Elam. She has just had quite the campaign. She is at the 500-meter mark, the shortest event the Flames have ever won at the meet. The Alaska native, she just dominated the race, finishing more than 2 seconds in front of runner-up Catherine Arbogast from Elon. And so it was like the 4th fastest time, I believe, in the world this year, and also broke an NCAA record. So she was just hammering it home, and she's had quite the season so far. She was already on WEF once this year at High, so she's almost to Fuego, but her season...
What has she got to do,
I know.
Come
Honestly,
on.
she should get it.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in just a sec. But Tanner, great work. She also ran the last leg of the relay race and put in a solid time as well. So she's just getting out there and still a young athlete here on Liberty's campus. So that Olympic word comes to mind in the future.
Right.
It does,
because out there.
You still have 2 more years of Liberty experience coming your way, and I think that she could be an Olympic athlete for the Flames in the future.
Okay, and obviously great job by indoor track team at the ECAC meet, the women winning that meet, so great job by them. Finally, in Fuego, who you have for in Fuego this week, right?
It has to be Kian Green.
Green.
People are
She's been here before.
Yeah, they're like, you always pick Kian. Well, she just keeps doing work, friends. She's been amazing. Big South Women's Basketball Player of the Year.
Great
and I was just, watching her games, game in and game out like I do. When she's not on the court for a significant amount of time and the Flames get into foul trouble, the offense starts to die down. She's just such a key factor, and I agree with it. Although the Flames have a ton of depth, she is by far, in a way, I think the best female athlete in the whole Big South Conference. Just the impact she makes on the boards, offensively, defensively. She has been nothing short of amazing for the Flames this year.
As Kerry Green would say, Kian has been the key.
Yes,
he likes to say that
right.
sometimes. Great job, Brett. Hey, still to come, our Bobby Bolig is horsing around with one Liberty coach, and we show you an impressive moment of gratitude during a difficult situation. Stick with us. Game On, coming right back.
You might have heard some things about Liberty University, like how we're just a little Christian school in the middle of nowhere. And there's nothing to do here. I mean, come on. You know us. Boring.
Boring?
Yeah. They say we don't work as hard, think as hard, try as hard.
I object.
The truth is, well, we might surprise you.
We the champions, in order to affirm our tradition of unwavering faith, ignite a passion for wisdom, challenge perspectives, inspire creativity, and pursue knowledge, do resolve to be the voice for the voiceless, bring healing to the hurting, fight for the oppressed, defend freedom, defy stereotypes, and follow God's calling wherever it may lead.
Each morning begins around 7. I make breakfast for the kids and get them ready for the day. Mornings can be hectic as I'm running my business from home, and when the kids nap, it's the perfect time to work on my courses. By studying at Liberty University without set login times, I am able to craft my own schedule around what works best for my life. This flexibility allows me to work on my assignments during the day so I can spend time with my husband after he gets home from work. As a parent, I have to balance the week from my daughter's dance class to teaching ballet to church activities. Studying online has allowed me to invest in my education while being a strong example to my children. My name is Kimberly. I'm a mom, a business owner, and a Liberty University student.
Judgment Day, it's coming. Judgment Day, it's coming. Judgment Day, it's coming. For you, it's coming for
Hey, welcome back to Game On. We're pleased to be joined now by Bobby Bolig, who recently got the chance to compete against Liberty basketball coach Richie McKay.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm a little bit sour about this because I challenged him like last year and he said no.
Brett, he did mention that.
Okay.
But, you know, he did say he wanted to play against someone that could actually shoot.
Wow.
So I decided to step up to the plate and take one for the team on an interactive Flames fill in the blank. All right, Coach, you know how this works, Flames fill the blank.
Been there?
Well, we're gonna do things differently. Everyone knows you're very competitive.
Some would say, but Bobby, I only agreed to accept this challenge. I did my scouting report. I know you scored over 1,500 in high school. I know you can shoot. So to me, that qualifies you to get in the game.
You've been doing this a long time.
Yes.
What do you do before game day?
I'm not very superstitious.
You're not?
No.
I wouldn't guess that.
And I don't like to eat before the game or before I speak, so.
So did you eat today then? For our big game?
Is this a game?
This is, big game. Big game.
I already have eaten, and I'm a little nervous now. Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
They do call you Coach McBuckets, I hear.
No.
All right. If there was a 3-on-3 tournament for coaches, okay? Which two of your assistants would you choose on your team? You only can pick two.
Hands down, Brad Susi would be the first pick. The other one is a hard choice. Even though he's got a very awkward-looking jump shot, I'd probably go with Coach Vic Sfera. Yeah,
He makes the cut?
He's got deep range.
Okay.
But he's a good teammate, too.
Well, now in college, you were a pass guy first, weren't you?
I was a facilitator, and I'd probably be a facilitator on that team as well.
Okay.
I'd be Georgie Pacheco Ortiz.
Yeah, there we go.
Whatever the team needs.
All right.
Whatever the team needs. An air ball is worth 2 letters. That's H-O.
If you could coach any other sport besides basketball, which would it be?
Tennis.
Tennis?
I love tennis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's something new. See, that's why we do this, to learn something new.
All right.
Oh. All right.
I should have made that one.
All right, now I'm going to start trying now, Coach.
Okay.
I didn't want to get you down.
All right, thanks for trying. Thanks for trying.
I didn't want to, get out of here too
I haven't
fast.
even taken my glasses off
Okay,
yet.
what is the best concert you've ever attended?
I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
And I remember going to the Jackson 5. It was historic, but I didn't know at the time. I think it's one of about 3 concerts I've ever been to in my life, maybe 4. But yeah, I became a Michael Jackson fan.
Best dance move you picked up from that concert?
I'm not doing any dancing.
You're not dancing? Okay.
No. I'm gonna go trick shot for the game. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. She doesn't even need to shoot this if I make it. Into the questions, go Flames. Oh, so close. It was just like that close.
Yo, Coach, it's not over yet.
Okay.
Okay, I won't get too cocky yet.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of offensive that I've got to shoot this shot.
It is.
That, I mean, we're talking about a 6-footer. Oh!
Next question. If you could get dinner with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be?
That's a tough one. I can think of a couple of characters in the Bible that I'd just kind of like to ask them, hey, why were you thinking this? Like either Paul or Thomas, because Thomas doubted, and Paul is responsible for most of the New Testament. So let's go a free throw swish.
All right, swish.
Free throw swish. Was that a swish?
God, I felt like I heard something, but maybe.
Well, I mean, did you not see the net barely move?
Yeah, you're right, Coach.
And you're not asking a question, so you're a little flustered. Bobby, wait, let's go ahead and ask the last question.
Yep. All right, last one.
Yeah.
Who's the coach you admire, and what is the best coaching advice you've ever gotten that you use today?
Well, the Bennett family has blessed my life in more ways than just coaching. Dick Bennett was not only a coaching mentor, he's a personal mentor just because of the way he went about his business and his love for the game, the knowledge that he had, and his humility really inspired me. And then having a chance to work with Tony, even though he's younger than me, he's really, and I mean this sincerely, one of the best people on the planet. Not only is he smart, incredible basketball coach, but great humility, great integrity. How could you not learn a ton from those two influences in your life? So,
all right,
Bobby, before you shoot, it's been great playing. Thanks for filling the blank. You guys have a great night in Flames Nation.
All right, here we go.
Have a good day. That wasn't a swish. All right, Bobby, it's been great filling in the blank with you. We'll go pound.
Coach, thank you. I know you're competitive. You know what? I honestly, I didn't want to bring my A game because I didn't want you to be upset.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks for allowing me to get my confidence back.
Bobby, great job. And also good to see that your dad let you borrow his sweatpants.
Listen, you talk a big game, Bobby. I don't want to say you didn't embarrass the show. You made a couple, but
I knew you guys would be disappointed.
You struggled a little bit.
I know. I started with an air ball, so my confidence was down, but I will say we got there 2 hours early. I think I practiced a little too much before. Because I was making them before, I'll tell you.
That's all right. Good job. Good job. Well, hey, you know, we have a lot of fun times with Coach McKay on and off TV. He plays a lot of jokes, but the guy behind all the jokes is really just a classy individual.
Yeah, you're right. And that was on full display this past weekend, of course, when following that heartbreaking loss in the Big South Championship, Coach McKay took the time to board a bus full of Liberty students right after the game to thank them for their support.
Sorry we're not going to the tournament, but you guys were awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Love seeing that. I like just the humility there. Hey, I'm sorry. We're not going. Listen, he just went through one of the most heartbreaking losses probably in his career, but the fact that he's thinking of other people just goes to tell you the type of guy Coach McKay is.
And the Twitter response behind that was huge as well. A lot of people just saying, hey, that's so classy, what a great coach. And a lot of people saying, you know he's going to lead this team to big things.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Listen, hey, we're about out of time. Hit us up, as always, on social media at GameOnLU.
And make sure you check out our website as well, GameOnLU.com.
For Bobby Bowling, Brett McGibbon, I'm Matt Warner. Thank you so much for watching. She's going to go practice her jump shot now. We'll see you right back here next week.